What is my favorite psalm and why? Good question. There are 150 psalms in the Bible, all kinds of different psalms, and I've always liked the psalms because of the way that they portray all of the emotional experience and history of being a person. There are lament psalms of sadness, there are psalms of praise and thanksgiving, there are prayers, everything in between. But one of my favorite psalms that jumped out at me, I don't know when necessarily, is Psalm 121. It's part of a section of psalms from 121 up to 134 called the Psalms of Ascent. And I don't know when, maybe it was early in life, maybe it was seminary, maybe it was when I had spent some time in Israel, walking on the old roads around Jerusalem as a pilgrim. Because this is a pilgrim's psalm of someone walking on a journey. Psalm 121 says, I lift up my eyes to the hills. From where does my help come? And my help comes from the Lord. I think of a backpacker, or a pilgrim who's walking through a valley, looking up at the edges of the mountains around him and the hillside around them, saying, when I look up to the eyes, where does my help come? So I love that because I've traveled in Israel and I've walked on some of these old roads, and this psalm is very real and tangible for me. But secondly, I like this psalm too because I also consider myself to be on a journey really with God. I know that sounds kind of trite. That's kind of a phrase we hear a lot, being on a journey or being on a pilgrimage. But I'm 50 and I'm making my way as a faithful person as best I can. I'm always finding that I'm learning new things about God, about the world, about people around me. So just when I think I have things figured out, I'm learning more and more, and it just reminds me that I am a work in progress, and who knows when that process will even stop. God only knows. But I feel like I'm on a pilgrimage too, and I'm on a journey. So maybe that's why I like Psalm 121. But I also like Psalm 121 because I am kept. And there are 5 times in Psalm 121, it's only 6 or 7 verses long, but it basically describes God as a keeper. God keeps. God keeps me when I'm going in and I'm going out from this time on and forevermore. God keeps me from the sun by day and the moon by night, that I am kept, that I am God's. And so when I read this psalm, it has a heck of a lot of gospel, good news, grace for me. That regardless of the pilgrimage or journey that I may find myself on, rewarding times or even times when I'm really wrestling with something, that these persistent words of being kept by God for a purpose, I think really stand out strong in Psalm 121. So, therefore, that's one of my favorite psalms.
Thank you so much for listening to this devotion. We welcome you to join St. Andrew Pastors every Monday morning at 10:30. We'll provide a brief devotion on a scripture passage and then host a conversation and mutual support. Make sure to register online. Remember, in this Together live edition, Monday mornings at 10:30.